You know that feeling when you're home alone and you hear a noise you can't quite place? It happened to me last night. I was curled up on the couch binge-watching my favorite show when I heard it. A soft, rhythmic asterisk thump, thump, thump asterisk coming from upstairs. At first I tried to ignore it. It's an old house, it makes weird noises, right? But it didn't stop. It was steady, like a slow, deliberate footstep. My heart started to pound. I paused the TV, and the sound became clearer, closer. It was definitely coming from my bedroom. I grabbed the heaviest thing I could find, a cast iron pan, and tiptoed up the stairs, my hand shaking. The thumping got louder with every step. It was right behind my bedroom door. Taking a deep breath, I flung the door open, ready to swing. The room was empty. The thumping stopped. I flicked on the light, checked everywhere. Nothing. I felt so foolish. As I turned to leave, I glanced at the full-length mirror on my closet, and my blood ran cold. My reflection was still in the room, standing by the bed. It wasn't moving. It just stared back at me, a slow, wide grin spreading across its face. And then, from inside the mirror, I heard it again, the thumping sound of its heart, and it started to walk towards me. Sound of a door creaking, followed by a faint, unsettling giggle, you know. Some people say a smile is the most beautiful thing in the world, but after what happened to me, I'm not so sure. It started a few weeks ago. I was working late, walking home through an empty part of town. The streetlights flickered, casting long, dancing shadows. That's when I saw him. He was standing on the other side of the street, just watching me. I couldn't see his face clearly, just his silhouette, but I could see his smile. It was huge. Unnaturally wide, stretching from ear to ear, glowing a faint, pale white in the darkness. My heart hammered in my chest. I picked up my pace, not daring to look back. I got home, locked the door, and told myself it was just my imagination. But the next night, he was there again. This time, a little closer. Same smile. And the night after that, closer still. I started taking different routes home, but it didn't matter. He was always there, waiting in the shadows, with that grotesque grin. Last night, I ran inside and leaned against the door, gasping for breath. I thought I was safe. Then, I heard a slow, deliberate scratching sound. Coming from the other side of my front door, what happens next? Like and subscribe to find out. Have you ever heard of Wrinkles the Clown? No, he's not from a horror movie. He's real. It all started in Florida, where parents actually hired this terrifying clown to scare their misbehaving kids. Imagine being a kid, acting up, and then later that night, you see him staring at you from across the street. A creepy, weathered mask with huge black eye sockets, just watching. The legend, stickers with his face, and a phone number popped up everywhere. Kids started calling him by the thousands, leaving messages of fear, curiosity, and even threats. He became a real-life bogeyman, a viral nightmare. But here's the crazy twist. The documentary revealed that Wrinkles wasn't some monster lurking in the shadows. It was a performance art project created by a 65-year-old retiree. He just made the character, and our own imaginations did the rest. It just goes to show you. Sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create in our own minds. You ever get that feeling? That you're being watched? Well, what if I told you there's a man who has been doing the watching constantly for over 70 years? Meet Ben, better known as the Watcher. In 1953, he took a job to sit in a small, isolated room and watch a single, unblinking red light. He was told if the light ever goes out, his job is done. That's it. He doesn't know what the machine does. Is it a forgotten Cold War relic? A social experiment? He has no idea. For 7 decades, Ben has shown up. He's read thousands of books and watched the world change from a tiny window. His wife even passed away reading beside him in that room. Still, he watched Shaw's. People call him a fool, a legend. But he made a promise. What would you do? Walk away, or stay faithful to a silent, solitary task? The real mystery isn't the machine, but the man who guards it. Ever heard of Havenwood? Havenwood? On the surface, it's just another quiet, ordinary town. But it has a secret. They call him the Smiling Man. He's the only person in Havenwood who ever seems to smile. A huge, genuine, ear-to-ear grin. You will just catch a glimpse of him out of the corner of your eye, maybe on a park bench, or just standing across the street. But here's the strange part. The second you turn to get a better look, he's gone. Vanished. As if he was never there. Newcomers dismiss it as a local ghost story. They'll be walking home, see that flash of a bright, friendly smile, and turn to say hello to an empty street. It makes you question what you saw. But the locals, they know better. They say he isn't a ghost. He's the town's forgotten joy. He only appears when you're not actively looking for happiness. The moment you try to chase it, it disappears. So if you're ever in Havenwood and see that smile, just for a second, don't turn, just smile back.
They say the sun never truly sets on Blackwood Creek. It just surrenders to the shadows. Legend whispers that some places hold onto their pain, etching it into the very dust and timber in this town. This town remembers. In the hollow shell of the old saloon, a lone piano key sighs a mournful note, a song with no player. Upstairs, a child's rocking horse moves with a rhythm of its own, a silent lullaby for a nursery long since abandoned. A forgotten photograph, half buried in the dirt, shows a family smile, a frozen moment of happiness before the fall. Then he appears. Silas Blackwood, the town's eternal patriarch, materializes in the fading light, a spectral silhouette of regret. He reaches a translucent hand towards a memory only he can see, his face a canvas of profound loss. For a fleeting instant, the street is engulfed in a ghostly inferno, the town's fiery demise replayed, then gone. As twilight gives way to night, Silas dissolves, his sorrowful form scattering into the wind. The street is empty once more, leaving only the chilling silence of Blackwood Creek, a place forever haunted by its past.
You know, I never used to be afraid of clowns. I thought they were goofy, harmless. That all changed one rainy Tuesday night. I was driving home late from work, taking a shortcut down an old, barely used back road, the kind of road where the trees hang over and make a tunnel. My headlights cut through the pouring rain, and that's when I saw him. Standing on the side of the road, stock still under a flickering street lamp, was a clown. He wasn't smiling, he was just standing there, holding a single bright red balloon that was somehow perfectly dry. I slowed down, my heart starting to pound. "Weirdo," I muttered and sped past him. But when I glanced in my rearview mirror, he was gone. The balloon was gone. Just the empty, rain-swept road. I shook it off, telling myself it was just the exhaustion playing tricks on me. I finally pulled into my driveway, the garage door rumbling open. As I drove in, the overhead light flickered on. And there, sitting on my lawnmower in the back of the garage, was the clown. He was holding the same red balloon. And this time, he slowly lifted his head, a wide, painted smile stretching impossibly far across his face. The garage door started to rumble shut behind me, plunging us into darkness. The last thing I saw was that smile, and the last thing I heard was a pop.
Picture this. I'm in chemistry class, minding my own business, when the principal's voice blasts over the intercom. But it's not the usual announcement tone. His voice is literally shaking. "Teachers, initiate lockdown procedures. This is not a drill." My heart just plummets. Instantly, our normally laid-back teacher flies to the door, locks it, and shuts off the lights. We all scramble under our desks, and the silence is deafening. Then, we hear it heavy, slow footsteps right outside our classroom. They stop at our door. The doorknob starts to jiggle. My friend next to me is crying, and I'm pretty sure I forgot how to breathe. Just when we thought the worst was about to happen, we hear this tiny, faint sound from the other side of the door, meow. It turns out the intruder was a lost cat, and the heavy footsteps were the janitor trying to catch it. We all just burst out laughing from pure relief. It was the most terrifying and then hilarious 20 minutes of my life. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Sound of distant sirens, carnival music faintly playing, heavy breathing. You ever have one of those days? You know, the kind where you're just trying to spread a little joy, maybe juggle a few flaming torches. Pull a never-ending handkerchief from your sleeve, and suddenly you've got the entire city's police force on your tail. Yeah, me too. Right now, I'm hiding behind a dumpster in a back alley. My oversized shoes are killing me, my rainbow wig is slipping, and this red nose. It's starting to chafe. They think I robbed the First National Bank. Me? Can you believe it? The only thing I've ever stolen is a kid's nose, and I always give it back. Sound of sirens getting closer, okay? Gotta think. What would a master of disguise do? Right? Silly putty nose, fake glasses. I don't have any of that. I've just got a squirting flower and a unicycle. They're yelling on the megaphone now. Surrender, bozo. First of all, my name is Puddles. Thank you very much. And second, they'll never take me alive. The bank robbery. It wasn't me. It was my evil twin Fudels. Looks just like me, but his Bodhi spins the other way. A classic mix-up. But try telling that to the cops. When you're repedaling a one-wheeled vehicle down Main Street with a trail of balloon animals floating behind you, wish me luck. And if you see Fuddles, tell him he owes me big time. Thanks for... Sound of a door creaking open, followed by footsteps on an old wooden floor. Have you ever felt like you weren't alone in your own house? I used to laugh that feeling off. Until last night. I was getting ready for bed, just doing my usual routine, when I heard it. A soft tapping sound. It seemed to be coming from inside my bedroom closet. Tap, tap, tap. I froze, trying to convince myself it was just the house settling. But it was too rhythmic, too deliberate. My heart started hammering against my ribs. I crept towards the closet, my hand shaking as I reached for the doorknob. I told myself, it's nothing. You're just being paranoid. I took a deep breath and yanked the door open. Inside, just my clothes, hanging there. I let out a sigh of relief, feeling a little foolish. I was about to shut the door when I noticed something was off. My favorite red jacket, it was swaying. Ever so slightly. Back and forth, but there was no draft. The windows were all shut tight. That's when I heard the tapping again. This time, it wasn't coming from inside the closet. It was coming from behind me. From inside the room. Do you ever get that feeling? That you're being watched? I used to brush it off, just my mind playing tricks on me. That was until last Tuesday. I was working late, the only person left in the office. The entire building was dead silent, except for the hum of my computer and the gentle rain tapping against the window. Around 10 p.m., I started packing up. As I grabbed my coat, I glanced at my monitor, which had gone to sleep, and in the black, reflective screen, I saw him. A man was standing right behind my chair. Tall, gaunt, with a disturbingly wide smile. My blood ran cold. I whipped around so fast I nearly fell over. There was no one there. My heart was hammering against my ribs. I told myself it was just a reflection, a trick of the light. But as I turned back to the screen, I saw it again. The reflection of the empty chair behind me. And the man was now sitting in it, still smiling, that awful, wide smile, slowly waving at me from the dark screen. The thing is, my webcam has been broken for years. I wake up to the sound of my own screams. My throat is raw, my heart is trying to hammer its way out of my chest. It's the same dream, again. It's always the same. Me, running through a dark, endless forest, the trees like skeletal fingers clawing at the sky. And I just know, something is chasing me. I never see it, but I can feel its hunger, a cold presence that seeps into my bones. But tonight, something was different. In the dream, I tripped. I fell hard, the forest floor cold and damp beneath my hands. The sound of snapping twigs grew closer, louder. I squeezed my eyes shut, bracing for the end. But nothing happened. When I finally dared to open them, I wasn't in the forest anymore. I was in my own bed. Standing at the foot of it, a tall, slender figure was silhouetted against the pale moonlight. It tilted its head, a gesture that was unnervingly curious. And then it whispered, in a voice like rustling leaves and cracking ice, "You're a fast runner." A slow, chilling smile spread across its featureless face. But you can't run when you're awake. Have you ever heard of the Zodiac Killer? He's the phantom who terrorized Northern California in the late 60s and early 70s, and then just disappeared. This wasn't just about the killings. He was a performer who loved the attention. After attacking couples in quiet, secluded spots, he would actually call the police himself to report his own crimes, his voice eerily calm as he said, "I'm the one who did it." Then came the infamous letters sent to newspapers. They were filled with bizarre coded messages, taunts, and threats, all signed with his chilling cross-circle symbol. He claimed 37 victims, though only 5 were ever confirmed. The police had descriptions, handwriting samples, and even a partial DNA profile, but every lead went cold. The terrifying part. He got away with it, and to this day, the man who called himself the Zodiac has never been identified. If you find stories like this fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching. Have you ever wondered why we're so terrified of clowns? I mean, there's supposed to be 4 kids' parties, right? Balloons, big shoes, funny wigs. But somewhere along the line, that painted smile twisted into something sinister. It's so common it even has a name: colorophobia. Psychologists have a fascinating theory. They think it's because we can't read their faces. That heavy makeup and the fixed, manic grin hide their real emotions. We humans are wired to look for social cues in faces. But with a clown, it's just a mask, and we have no idea what's hiding behind it. Then you have the exaggerated features and unpredictable behavior, which feels just a little too unnatural. It triggers that part of our brain that screams danger. Pop culture certainly hasn't helped either, with characters like Pennywise and the Joker. So next time a clown gives you the creeps, remember, you're not alone. It's a primal instinct. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Sound of a distorted, slow-motion circus calliope fades in and then out. You know what's weird? We're all kind of scared of clowns. But have you ever stopped to really ask, why? I mean, they're supposed to be for kids, right? Big shoes, red nose, goofy smile. But I think that's exactly the problem. It's a mask. A painted-on, permanent smile that never, ever changes. Imagine you're a kid at a birthday party. A clown walks in. Everyone's laughing, but you're not. You're watching his eyes, because the smile's fake. But the eyes are real, and they aren't smiling. They're just watching. That's when the fear really kicks in. It's the uncanny valley effect. It looks almost human, but something is fundamentally wrong. The exaggerated features, the jerky movements, the silent stare behind the grin. It's like a predator hiding in plain sight, wearing the face of joy. The most famous scary clown, Pennywise, wasn't just a monster. He was a monster that was supposed to make you happy. And that betrayal is the deepest horror of all. So next time you see a clown, don't just look at the smile, look at the eyes. See what's really hiding behind the paint? Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit that subscribe button for more creepy content. See you next time.
On the highest hill, where the wind whispers through crooked houses, lies a village forgotten by time. Every year, on the night of Samhain, the villagers gather beneath the ancient oak. They light hand-carved lanterns, not from pumpkins, but from gnarled roots and hollowed gourds. Their light meant to guide friendly spirits and ward off the wandering dark. But this year, one family, caught up in their own world, forgot. Their windows remained dark, their doorstep bare. As the moon climbed its highest, a knock echoed through their silent home. A tall woman, cloaked in black so deep it drank the moonlight, stood on their porch. She said nothing, her eyes holding the cold of an open grave. The family, frozen in fear, watched as she entered a silent guest in their home. When dawn broke, she was gone. But on their doorstep sat a new lantern, carved from bone, its eerie light a promise she would return. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the shadows.
He's been called the Chameleon Killer, and right now he could be anyone. He could be your neighbor, the person standing behind you in line for coffee, Or even the friendly delivery guy who just dropped off your package. His name is unknown, his face is a blur, but his actions have sent a wave of terror across 3 states. In the last 72 hours, he's claimed 12 victims. 12 innocent people from different walks of life with no apparent connection to each other. That's what's so terrifying. There's no pattern, no motive, no calling card left behind. The only link is the chilling precision and speed of his attacks. Police are working around the clock, but they're chasing a ghost. He seems to blend into any environment, leaving behind no DNA, no fingerprints, no witnesses who can give a clear description. He is a phantom, a whisper in the crowd. Authorities are urging everyone to be hyper-vigilant. Lock your doors, be aware of your surroundings, and report anything, and I mean anything, that seems out of place. Because the one thing we do know is that he will strike again. The only question is, where? Have you ever heard of the Phantom Clown of Chicago? No? Well, let me tell you a story that'll make you think twice the next time you see a balloon animal. Back in May of 1981, kids in Chicago started seeing him. A clown, but not the fun party kind. This one would appear at dusk, standing silently by the side of the road or peering out from behind a schoolyard fence. He never spoke. He just watched. The descriptions were always the same. A raggedy, colorful suit, a stark white face, and a painted-on smile that seemed to stretch just a little too wide, a little too unnaturally. He was always holding a handful of colorful balloons. At first, adults dismissed it as childish imagination. But then a school bus driver saw him. A police officer on patrol saw him. They'd try to approach him, but he'd simply turn and vanish into the shadows, leaving nothing behind but a single deflated balloon. The creepiest part? He was trying to lure children into a van. He'd wave, beckon them closer with a slow, deliberate finger, his smile never faltering. The police searched for weeks, but they never found a van, a clown suit, or any real evidence. The sightings just stopped. As mysteriously as he appeared, the Phantom Clown was gone, leaving an entire city with a chilling, unanswered question. Who was he and what did he want? Sound of a ticking clock, then it stops abruptly. They say time heals all wounds, but it's been 825 days since I last saw her smile. And the wound is as fresh as the day it was carved into my soul. The police report called it a robbery gone wrong. Case closed, but I know better. I saw the look in her eyes that morning. Fear. Not of a random burglar, but of something specific. Something she knew. For 5 years, I've lived in the shadows she left behind, piecing together the puzzle they threw away. Her old journals, cryptic notes, a deleted email I spent a year recovering. He knows, it said. Just that. He knows. The police told me to move on. My friends told me I was obsessed. Maybe I am. But every dead end, every slammed door, it doesn't push me back. It just proves I'm getting closer. They think they buried the truth with her. But they didn't count on one thing. They didn't count on me digging it back up. And I won't stop. Not until I find the man who took her from me, look him in the eye, and show him what gone wrong really looks like.